Yep, so like we just mentioned, the A's, it's a sure deal. They are moving to Sacramento for the next 3 seasons. That starts in 2025.
Yeah, and joining us right now to talk more about this is Evan Giddings with 95.7 The Game. Evan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know you've been following the team for a while and all this drama, the news hitting this morning. What's your first thought?
Well, it's an appropriately gloomy day in the Bay Area, I think, for a lot of people that are Oakland A's fans, that have friends or family members that have been supporting the A's for a long time, that grew up going to the Coliseum since the mid-'60s. It's a tough day, but unfortunately one that people, I think, have been preparing themselves for a long time. There's still a little bit of hope, I guess, but I think the last thread of that hope was it left today when they announced that they were moving to Sacramento at the start of next season.
Well, we just read that quote from the mayor that said, you know, they offered the A's what'd she call it, a deal that was fair to the A's and was fiscally responsible for our city. Fans, I think, if you talk to most of them, will lay blame on both sides of this thing for a deal not coming to fruition. Was what the city offered the A's reasonable? Was it fair? Did it just scare them off to Sacramento? And vice versa, John Fisher, was he a fair player in this as well?
It was fair for the city of Oakland, but what's fair for Oakland has never been fair for John Fisher. And to me, the deal also included the idea of an expansion team as Oakland was trying to protect itself from not having any professional baseball in the city of Oakland. And so what it comes down to me, it's from 3 different sides: deplorable, despicable, and damning for all those that were complicit in this. And when I look at this situation, I look at John Fisher, the owner of the Oakland Athletics. I look at Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball. And I look at Vivek Ranadive, the owner of Sutter Health Park, the team and the place that's taking the Oakland Athletics beyond next season. All 3 of those members are complicit in what just transpired earlier today. And so whether fans want to blame the A's, whether they want to blame Oakland, I believe they should point their ire at 3 different separate parts of this, because it doesn't take just 2 to tango in this situation. In fact, it actually took 3 to tango with what happened in the A's moving to Sacramento. They're no longer going to be playing in Oakland, and that's just a stark reality that a lot of people, I think, are having a hard time wrapping their minds around.
You know, Evan, Las Vegas is not a done deal here. I mean, what are the odds that we see the A's staying in Sacramento for longer than those 3 seasons?
Yeah, there's still that fly in the ointment.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, look, they've been talking about getting a ballpark in a lot of different cities and a lot of different places, both in Oakland, around the Bay Area, for it feels like decades now. So if they were there beyond 2027 in Sacramento, that would not surprise me, because the only thing consistent about John Fisher has been his inconsistency to keep his word. So if he says they're going to be there in 2027, I feel like I'd probably put my money on them being there longer. The unfortunate place for a lot of people and fans that love the A's is that, once again, they got to think about a team that's stuck in purgatory, and instead of it being in their favorite city and their favorite ballpark in the city of Oakland, it's going to be an hour and a half or 2 hours north up in Sacramento, a place a lot of people either don't want to or can't get to frequent enough to fulfill their love for a team that they've grown up with.
I mean, yeah, we've been talking about that. The team that me and James both have grown up and loved. Economically, I mean, this is just
another blow to
damaging to
Oakland. I mean, we already saw the Warriors go to San Francisco, leave that part of the Bay. Obviously, the Raiders are now in Las Vegas, and now you've got the A's leaving too. This can't be good for, I mean, just Oakland.
No, but unfortunately, the A's seem to be the team of the 3 that was trying to take the most advantage of the city. And so while I'm very sad for a lot of my friends and family members that had to watch the Raiders leave, that had to watch the Warriors now play in San Francisco, it felt like because of the absence of those 2 teams that the A's felt like they could essentially put a shackle on the city and extract whatever they wanted out of them. And that was not something that the city of Oakland, to their credit, was willing to do. So as much as some people might feel like the city of Oakland is a little bit involved in them leaving, to me, they were trying to protect themselves from economic downturn. And from that perspective, I can't blame them for essentially telling the A's to kick rocks when they wouldn't take a deal that was fair enough for both sides, in my opinion.
Interesting. Valid point, Evan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Clearly a story that you and everybody else are going to be talking about all day long. Appreciate your perspective. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.